Guys, what's up? Sermo11 here, and we have an update on the iCarly movie. That's right, if you haven't heard, iCarly is getting a movie in 2026. Miranda Cosgrove, who played Carly on iCarly, did an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, and this is what she said. The script is almost finished and it looks like we're going to be filming it early next year, so I'm really excited. I think the biggest challenge now is going to be casting the character that's going to be the mom, because that's a character I don't think any of us ever really thought we were going to meet within that universe. So we really just want to make sure we get it right. And basically it continues with her kind of reflecting on her character and how it was fun to play an adult version of Carly. I'm not exactly sure what happened with the iCarly revival, because I personally really liked it. I thought it was good. There were some episodes that were just really good, some that were okay. I did feel like it was a little too short. Each season was, I think it was like 10 episodes or around 10 episodes. So it was very short, very, built for streaming and everything. I remember it being Paramount's biggest show when it first started. And I would imagine the show stayed around there even though other things came out and might have done better. I imagine this was still popular. As far as I know, the show was canceled because of the writer's strike that was happening. And I guess they have to pay those people regardless if they're working or not. So they just canceled the show. I don't know how the contract works, but something happened. I guess they didn't want to pay for it, like these people aren't working, so they don't want to pay for them, and the show got canceled. But it's very weird that it got a movie. It's almost like the Steven Universe situation where they warned Rebecca Sugar not to do this episode. For some reason, they let her do the episode they warned her not to do, and then the show got canceled, and then they allowed her to come back with a movie, and they're like, if you're going to do a movie, you should do a series as well. It's just like really weird, Obviously Steven Universe was very popular. Obviously iCarly was very popular. Obviously the two situations are a little bit different, but it's just kind of like, I wish they would have stood by iCarly. I mean, the writer's strike is over now. Maybe they could have done something, like, can we film more episodes, or can we do something? Like, can we do some shorts? Like, what can we do to make this right? I don't really know anything about the acting world, but I wish they could have done something to save iCarly instead of just canceling it. It didn't seem like an expensive show to film. It just looked like a normal comedy show, but maybe those are very expensive to film. It didn't really seem like it to me. Like, usually it was just like one angle, so I would imagine that's just one camera person. But hey, I could be wrong, but that's just kind of like what I saw. Usually they didn't really get too crazy with it or anything like that. Usually it was the same sets, but not always, so I don't know, but I think the movie could lead to a new season. I'm sure they have plenty of ideas to keep the show going. I'm sure they can come up with stuff. And while I do like the cameos and stuff like that, I think it's great that they keep it connected to the previous show. It would be cool if they just kind of like broaden their own world. I feel like, like they have introduced some characters in the new iCarly, but a lot of them don't really come back. It's just kind of like one-off characters and everything. So if we're going to keep the show going, keep this world going, do your own thing. Like, come up with, I don't know, like a rival web show or something. Come up with someone who's coming between Carly and Freddie or something, You could do more. For example, one of my ideas was like, hey, in iCarly, they used to go to school. There was a lot of them going to school and everything. Why not take the character of Millicent and put her in school more? Now, some people might not want to watch that. I don't know. But I think that you can do more with the character that way, because she's not always around these adults who, Freddie's her dad, and she kind of like likes and dislikes Carly and everything. But I think you can do more with characters around her own age. You can have more drama. Maybe she's getting bullied, or one of her friends is getting bullied. Maybe you could do something with that. I think there's more they could do with the character, and I think that the character might be a little bit limited because she's just around all adults. But that's my opinion. I think that would be cool. They did try to do their own thing in season 2 and kind of broaden Harper's character, which I liked. I liked seeing her have her own life and it wasn't necessarily connected with Carly or anything like that. I want more of that, especially from the new characters, but also the old characters. Maybe bring back Tebow or something. That'd be cool. I don't know. I just think like there's a lot of potential with iCarly, and let's maybe bump up the number of episodes per season. If 20 is too much, let's try 15. If 15 is too much, let's try like 13 or 12 or something. I think that would be great. I know actors, they have a lot of different jobs. They work on different films and everything and TV shows. So sometimes it might be difficult for them to just drop everything and come to a movie or come to a TV show. So hopefully everyone's free, or they made time for the movie. I'm sure they did, because this will probably be one of the bigger things that some of them have done. Hopefully everyone else is available to do the film, and it'll just be great to see everyone. And it's been a few years, so maybe they've changed their hair or something, or changed their outfits. I don't know. I don't know. So in the film, I'd like to see some cameos. I'm not really sure who would work for the film. Maybe like Neville or something. I feel like Neville is a character they like to bring back. He was brought back in Sam and Cat, I believe. So, they could always bring back Neville. I'm not really sure, like, which of the side characters would really be that interesting to come back in a film, but I'm sure they'll come up with someone. Obviously, they're not going to get Jeanette McCurdy. I'm imagining they're not going to get the actor that played Gibby, Noah Monk. I don't know. I think that if he wanted to be in the revival, he would have been in it already, considering his brother was in it, but what do I know? They could bring back Chuck again. I'd like to see more from Chuck. I don't know. Lubert, obviously Freddy's mom, I'm guessing she'll probably be in the film. Maybe there could be some sort of conflict between her and Carly's mom. And since Carly's mom left, maybe they can get into a conflict, like, this is not what you do. You don't leave your child. And I stuck by Freddy, even though, whatever happened to Freddy's father. They could do something like that. I think that would be really cool. I do think that there could be a bigger focus on the web show, whether that be in this movie or if they get another season. It kind of felt like the web show was a background sort of thing in the show. It's kind of like, oh, we just got done filming. Now we're going to move on to our lives. I think the original show kind of did that too, but there was definitely more of a focus on the web show. I just think it would be cool to just have more of that. Maybe do an extended web show segment or something. But yeah, those are all of my theories and predictions for the iCarly movie. I don't really know what they're going to do with the character of the mom. I think it's really interesting that they took something that I feel like a lot of shows do, where it's like, oh, there's just a parent that's not around for whatever reason. I guess it's a lot of like Dan Schneider shows. A lot of them are focused on single parents. I'm guessing obviously that was deliberate, maybe he has history with that or something. I think it's interesting to tackle this on and see like what they're gonna do, because like they could have done anything with the mother character, but they decided on having it where she left them. So really, Spencer was raising Carly the entire time, because their dad was working in like the Navy or something, the military, and their mom left them. So Spencer had to raise Carly alone. It's an interesting and dark place to take something that started, I guess, like really wholesome, like, hey, let's film a web show. And then it's like, boom, like episode 120. Oh yeah, our mom left us, It's a crazy place to take it, but I'm interested to see this film. It would be cool if it was in theaters, but I don't know if this is really big enough to go into theaters. I'm sure it'll be big for Paramount, and then they'll be like, hey, you want to do another season? Actually, let's do 2 more seasons. That's my theory. I think the show's coming back, but who knows? But what do you guys think about the iCarly film? Are you excited? Have you seen the revival? You should watch the revival if you haven't seen it. Anyways, that's it from me. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you like my content and want to see more, be sure to subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and like me on Facebook. The links are below. I'm Surma11. See you next time, and peace out.